Welcome to Multiple Ways Kitchen. Today I am bringing you a super simple vegan lentil coconut curry with coconut lime rice. If you would like to see how I created this video, please continue to watch. So the ingredients that you are going to need are 2 cups of red lentils. You are also going to need a tablespoon of tomato paste, 1 bay leaf, 1 white onion, 4 Roma tomatoes. You're going to need a combination of spices which include a teaspoon of sea salt, a tablespoon of coconut powder, a tablespoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of ginger powder, and an optional teaspoon of chili powder, red chili powder. You're going to need a tablespoon of garlic powder, 4 cups of vegetable broth, and a can of coconut milk. So once you have all of your ingredients prepped, you're going to go ahead and get your oil. I like to use grapeseed oil. If you don't want to use oil, you can use water. So you're going to go ahead and add in about a tablespoon of oil to the pan. And once your pan is nicely heated, you can go ahead and add in your onions first. So I like to add in the onions now. And then I am going to add in the garlic as well. So you want to go ahead and cook this on medium to low heat because you want the onions to become translucent, but you do not want the garlic to burn. So that's why I like to cook my onions and garlic on medium to low heat. And you want to go ahead and simmer the onions and garlic for about 5 minutes until everything is nice and translucent. So once your onions and garlic is ready, you want to add in all of your spices. So I like to add my spices in just to toast it a bit, but you will notice that the spices will absorb all of the liquid that was once in the pan and it will become a bit dry. So I like to add in like a splash of vegetable broth or even water just to loosen it up while you are toasting the spices. And this will take no time. You don't want to do this for too long because you don't want the spices to burn. So once you got it all combined and it looks like it's a paste, you want to go ahead and add in your tomato paste. So just go ahead and add in all the tomato paste and just make sure the tomato paste is combined completely with the onions, the garlic, and the spices. You don't need to cook this long either. You just want to make sure it's all combined well. And then once you have this all combined, you want to go ahead and start to add in your red lentils. Now, you will notice that once I am adding in my red lentils, I am struggling a bit because after I washed the lentils, I put it in this really small bowl, which was a mistake. So my advice to you is that after you wash your lentils, do not put it in a too small bowl, okay? Because then you'll be struggling just like me. But anyway, go ahead and add your lentils to the pan and add your vegetable broth. And you want to make sure everything's combined completely. You want to, if you do make that mistake and add your lentil to that small bowl, you want to break it down just like I am. But go ahead and make sure your lentils is combined with the vegetable broth, the onions, the garlic, and the tomato paste and the spices. And at this point, you're going to go ahead and add in your tomatoes. Now, it looks like there's a lot of tomatoes here, but honestly, they're going to cook down and you won't even really recognize it too much in the dish. So you could actually add in more tomatoes if you like your curries to have a lot of tomatoes in it. But at this moment, I just added in 3 Roma tomatoes because that's just what I had on hand. But to be honest, I would add in about 5 or 6 just because it cooks down and I like to have a tomato in every bite. But go ahead and add in your tomatoes and make sure it's all combined. And then you're going to add in your bay leaf. And the bay leaf just gives it a nice flavor. I love to add bay leaves to all of my curries. It's not necessarily traditional to Indian curries or Jamaican curries, but I just love to add it in. So now you're going to add in a tin of coconut milk. You can choose any brand of your choice. I just love to add coconut milk to my curries because it makes it taste extremely cozy. It gives it a warming, sweet but not too sweet flavor, especially when you add in the spice. It just complements the curry really well. So now what you're going to do is just stir it up and you're going to just simmer the curry down. You can put a lid on it and just simmer right away. Now I'm going to start on the rice. You're going to add in a half a teaspoon of sea salt to 2 cups of washed and drained rice. You're also going to add in 2 cups of water and another tin of coconut milk. You want to go ahead and give it a nice stir. And I'm also going to add an additional half a cup of water because I realized I did not add enough liquid to the rice. So you'll see me adding in that extra half a cup of water here. And then I'm going to also add the juice of half of a lime. You can add in more if you like or less, or you can skip the lime completely if you don't like lime in your rice. I just think that it gives it a nice flavor and it complements the coconut flavor really well. So go ahead and finish squeezing it in as much as possible. And then I'm going to take my rice and put it in the rice cooker. Now, if you don't have a rice cooker, you can go ahead and cook it on the stove like you would normally cook rice. But the rice cooker just makes my life easier, and I'm going to go ahead and click that white rice option that's available to me on the rice cooker. Now, moving back to the curry, I'm just stirring it up. I'm making sure that the lentils are not sticking to the bottom of the pan because as the lentils cook, they can stick. So you just want to make sure you're stirring it periodically, putting the lid back on to make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan. So as you see here, the lentils have absorbed all of the liquid or most of the liquid and swelled up really nicely. At this point, when you go to taste your lentils, it shouldn't have any type of a crunch or firmness to it. It should be soft, like melting in your mouth. That's how soft the lentils should be. At this point, the curry is now complete. What you're going to do is just remove the bay leaf once you're finished. You no longer need the bay leaf in the curry. It was just to infuse the flavor. And after it's done, all you're going to do is put it in a bowl, and here's the finished product. I added some scallion on top, or green onion, which I think give the curry a really good flavor and extra taste. And then you can just take some more lime and sprinkle it on top as well, because that's what I like to do. It makes the curry taste extremely fresh, extremely delicious. I really hope you give this recipe a try. It is perfect for any season, any day, any meal. And thank you again for tuning in to Multiple Ways Kitchen. You have a great day.